Sideline of goal! Late winner's doing it! They're gonna take! He's gonna bring down Birdie! Alone with a double kill! Dropping fast! Monopoint's there! He's still alive! Wait, seconds left! He's got one time! He's got a second! He's taking it! Oh my God! On three! They're all dead!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Summit to Europe by G2A.com. I'm your host, LD, and of course, I'm joined here by Merleezy.
Hello.
You got a haircut, by the way.
Thanks.
Looks good.
Thank you.
Looks like your brother's haircut.
A little.
You guys are going to look even more similar now. They actually look very similar if you haven't seen them. But anyway, that's neither here nor there, guys. It's time for Secret versus VPpolar. Best of 3, not an elimination match, but the winner. Very close to coming here to the LAN finals in Los Angeles for the Summit 2.
And loser playing Cloud9.
Yes, not an easy opponent to have to face in an elimination match. Cloud9 started off slow again today, but I feel like when it comes to that bigger game, they may step up to the plate. So we'll see. And with that said, the draft is underway, Ben. Secret going with the good old first pick Tidehunter, but VPpolar get a pair of heroes that can deal with Tide. Razor in lane, and potentially later on if he gets farmed enough, and the Void. You can crack and shell off that Chronosphere, but can you burst him inside of it? That's the question.
Secret really likes their. I'd say their core is like one team fight hero and then some anti-push, and Tidehunter is actually like 2-in-1, too. So that's actually really nice for them. I think that's why they value Tidehunter so much. Sometimes they experiment with other offlaners, but generally they want Fly on an AoE, one that can dish out a lot of damage or control the fight. They really need him on that just because they often draft Puppy and Kuro heroes that don't necessarily do that much in a team fight, especially with S4 not getting Brewmaster ever.
Yeah, his brew, I think it was given away once in Starladder, and they won that game, so just doesn't get it very often. But Secret will back this up with the Ogre. We won't see the Big Daddy Earthshaker. We do see a hero that is very beefy, and that's annoying for a Void. You'd like to see squishy supports, heroes that you can just kill off easily inside a Chronosphere. They don't really have a direct counter for Chrono, but they're both tanky, not easy to bring down during that time, and well, they'll save their, if they want to counter pick or directly try and deal with this VPpolar draft, they will save that for Phase 2. They actually are the ones to ban out the Vengeful Spirit. Often a hero that we'll see other teams like Cloud9 did earlier use to kind of counterpick the Void, but it seems Secret are not interested in that here.
Well, also, FNG just plays it really well. You have to ban towards your opponent's strengths, too, not just what your works well against your lineup. And FNG just plays it against any lineup. You just like, whatever, I'm going to play Venge, and I'm going to do it well. And he did yesterday, so I think it's good for them to ban it out.
Yeah, he really beasted on that. Those like swaps, like mid-skewer, catching the Magnus out or saving his teammates. Swapped an ally out of Chronosphere, the disruption side of Chrono from his other support partner. They were on the ball. And
Not only meant just early game control in all the lanes.
Yeah, the roaming was sensational. Well, the ban at the Centaur now in Secret. They don't want to deal with this double blink initiation, or not blink technically, but basically the double leap initiation from the blink dagger of the Centaur. The Void having his as well, and well, also that Stampede to potentially just reset after an initial Ravage. It's honestly, you wouldn't really see a Centaur ban against most teams, because if they pick Void, normally that's just the offlaner and they don't run a Centaur, but VPpolar did it to great success yesterday. VPpolar are going to take a different approach with this draft, Ben. Most teams, it seems like, generally don't try to out-teamfight Secret, even at Starladder where EG beat them. I was wondering if they'd maybe go for the Universe Void. They didn't, but VPpolar are going to try to take that approach. They get the Void and the Enigma, so a lot of team fight potential here.
Yeah, looks like EG really liked this sort of draft. Maybe, what, 4 months ago?
Yeah, they just don't get the Razor anymore, I guess. That's the main thing. And they don't seem to favor the Universe Void that much, like they used to.
Still, great BKB carriers, too. Very good versus Team Secret's lineup, and Enigma's one of the better heroes at dealing with a Tidehunter One of the few ones that can just lock him down from 100 to 0 without fear of Ravage. And it also adds a lot of push. Secret don't have that great anti-push, at least early. And Secret also rarely aggro tries, so Enigma can get away with what he likes doing. Wonder if Secret will go for a greedy jungler of their own, or...
Ooh, the Lich. Maybe we see that Kuroki Morphling?
Well, if
Pretty
they do, it's not going to be fourth unless they ban out the Elder Titan right after.
It's also
was
pretty
ugly.
decent hero versus Void and Razor, just for the Frost armor. A lot of physical damage. Obviously, the Razor ult still zaps away freely, but you at least have the plus armor for that, even if you don't get the attack speed slow, and normally he will be right-clicking you at some point. Maybe I guess also an answer for the Enigma Black Hole. That may be another consideration here for Capitan Puppy.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways to deal with this Enigma Black Hole right now, even if he gets a BKB.
So, VP... Okay, Elder Titan. So, I don't know if Secret were planning on picking a Morphling, but if they were, it'd be really bold to do so now. Especially after what happened yesterday in Secret's game versus Power Rangers. Game number 2, it was just Elder Titan all the way. Morphling just getting rolled. But Lich does have... I mean, Lich Riki actually used to be really popular in mid, too. But people don't really like that anymore. Lich Anti-Mage is also an option for Secret. Also used to be really popular, so they can kind of pretty much do anything. And it's a little bit, it's pretty nice versus Razor, too, to have that blinker. But at the same time, Anti-Mage are really squishy to Faceless Void.
Yeah, like if Secret was thinking Morphling, probably not anymore at this point. They do have the Lich for some answer to the Elder Titan, but that's just asking a lot. Up against
Well, they
the
had it
Elder
last
Titan.
time. They had it yesterday, and it didn't work out.
Yeah. VPpolar, you really don't... It does not look like a lineup that you want to go late game against right now. Secret have good team fight, but VPpolar is just ridiculous. Unless maybe you mix in like a carry silencer or some sort of combo breaker, but as things stand now, this is just disgusting. If they get to that 40-50 minute mark.
Yeah, VP's lane is just really weak, though. They... Wait, Ogre, Lich, and Keeper. So... It's a
So core Ogre?
yeah, that means core Ogre, I suppose. Or... Core... It also could be off... I don't even know.
Yeah, it's either core Ogre or... I mean, not Lich, right? So Keeper of the Light, I guess.
Well, I've seen offlane Lich before. And you could kind of consider
But you're
that
against
core.
Enigma. If you're on an offlane Lich, he's just going to take your towers. I guess then you can rotate the Keeper of the Light down, but...
Regardless, will be strange lanes.
Yeah. Will be a bit strange for VPpolar as well, because, I mean, I guess this is a core Elder Titan. Otherwise, they're running a 5-position Elder Titan and a jungle Enigma. Or they could run a core Enigma. That's another possibility. Used to see that occasionally from, who was it EG that was running that? For Oh no, it was Ice Ice Ice. Ice 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 was playing a lot of core Enigma for DK at TI4, but I haven't seen too much of it from other teams.
VP ban out the Naga Siren, which, I mean, Secret do need a late gamer. Naga Siren, pretty good versus Enigma, pretty good versus Void.
Who do you go for here? Like, Morphling seems like it's not the best choice.
Well,
There
you
is
gotta
the
wait.
Terrorblade, there's Medusa.
You gotta wait for VP's pick first, see what they
Yeah.
sort of go for. Yeah, it could be like a safe lane pusher too, like Lycanthrope I think would be pretty nasty versus Secret's lineup right now. This has been banned out, nope.
Especially if because he's likely to get Aegis. You're up against all these big ults, you kill him once, respawns and just wrecks you.
What else would be pretty good versus Secret? I mean, Anti-Mage is also pretty good too, but it's also a little bit farm intensive.
So it looks to be a 5-position Wind Ranger, I guess.
Well, we have no idea. Could be Razor mid. I don't think the Enigma Elder Titan is that bad of a support duo. When you're paired versus Lich and Keeper, they're not going to interrupt you. You might as well just play greedy. And Elder Titan will pick up levels by pulling or leeching or whatever it may be, and not really have to worry about dying.
Yeah, I guess at that point your Tidehunter's getting just free levels in the offlane. Can't really bully him out with that duo.
So Secret with the Keeper of the Light, they It's often paired with Naga Siren. I would say Phantom Lancer if it weren't this patch.
This Storm that Alliance used to love to run. Keeper
Storm is way too greedy. They'll get rolled by Faceless.
Sniperino. Saw Alliance running this earlier. He'll have Bloodlust at his side. He's got some beefcakes on the front line.
Sniper's been not bad for his Faceless Void. I talked about it way before. I got scoffed at by my co-caster. I forgot who it was, but I don't know. It's all right for his Faceless Void.
If you don't get Chrono.
Well, that's the thing. It's much easier for you not to get Chrono because you can shrapnel from like 1,500 range away, and on top of that, you can like siege towers pretty safely. So I don't think it's that bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's in the mid game. He's not gonna be like running at you from the lane though. He'll be smoked. He'll be have a teammate that maybe blinks in first. So
Secret's actually really good about that though. They don't often get caught by surprise by like wraparound smokes.
He is a good sieger though. I think that's an important point. Especially if he goes for the shrapnel max, which to me is the build to go for, especially with Keeper on your team. Can take down towers pretty quickly. D push as well. It's not going to be easy for VPpolar to take towers of their own unless they get a farmed Razor. And let's make sure we're not trapped in the draft here.
He also has Headshot versus Windrunner, so that's also a small thing. Although any old carry can just pick up MKB.
Yeah, I can shrink my icons down a bit. All right, here we go, guys. This is game 1 of a best of 3 for the Summit 2 Europe by G2A.com. It's Secret on the Dire side. They walk into this match, I imagine, as favorites on Dota 2 Lounge in most people's eyes, but VPpolar already crushed Cloud9 yesterday. Secret looking a bit more solid, but not quite where they should just be an easy walkover win status. So let's see if Secret can deliver on those odds. You got Big Daddy No-Tail playing your support Ogre. Drops down a ward here, bottom lane. Does block the pole camp. Puts Kuroki onto the sniper. A throwback carry. Harkens back to the good old days before Smoke at Deceit were introduced into the game. Simba will be playing your Lich with boots first. That leaves S4 on the Tidehunter. And Puppy on the Keeper of the Light. So it will be an offlane Lich. Not sure who's going to get the farm. We'll have to wait and see who they want to give it to bottom lane, but definitely a role switch here for Simba, in some senses. He's not playing like that tanky farming initiator along the lines of the Tide or a split pusher, team fighter like the Timber. Let's see how he handles it. Did play a lot of support for Fnatic back in the old glory days for them, so certainly capable of it. But it'll be interesting.
So trying to think about Sniper's merits in this particular draft. So he's another BKB Black Hole Interrupter. So that's another thing that he offers. He's very good versus Windrunner.
You mean with Assassinate?
Yeah, with Assassinate.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Unfortunately, Headshot, though. Headshot's amazing versus that, but the old Headshot, but not any longer.
Yeah, and then he has a lot of range versus Razor, too, so it's very difficult for a Razor to just run up to him and start sucking away all his damage, which is, I mean, most physical damage carriers are actually pretty vulnerable to that unless you're like Anti-Mage who has Blink.
This is going to be a very sad Enigma. Big Daddy just chilling. He'll ignite him immediately. Is he even going to bother summoning illusions? He's getting beaten down at level 1. If there's any support from that mid lane, may get the kill. But Kuroki, not really the best hero to go for a quick dive there.
And Big Daddy's just not scared what's going to happen to him. Like a Void is going to come and rotate. Fat chance of that. A Razor is going to catch up to him, but they both have boots. Not really going to happen. Either Elder Titan coming to help out. He's just not scared of anything.
Yeah, Ogre will trade blows with that, no problem. And Big Daddy goes back in. He's got the Ignite at the ready. There's only one Tango left in Lil. This could be our first blood. There's a boots first advantage. He'll Tango through the tree line. One more club, and down he'll go. Make it 2 with the Tango regen. Nope, stomp. Yep, too late. Big Daddy, first blood again. This Ogre Magi just doing work. It's not just for Secret, it's for every team that picks him. Seen more 1v1 solo kill Ogre level 1 first bloods than I can even count the past week or two.
Now he's going on FNG.
That's an Elder Titan too. Normally he can trade, but not against the 6 base armor Ogre. Yeah, he stomps him and then what? And then he might get another kill potentially. If he had any more mana he would. That Sniperino. Not going for Shrapnel early. We'll see if he skills it at 3, 4, 5. Still possible, but
yeah, it doesn't look like it. Usually we'll get it at 3.
You normally see snipers take Shrapnel.
Yeah, I doubt we'll see it though from him.
I guess he is more of a true 4 Protect 1 sniper, so maybe they just want him to be as much of a DPSer as possible.
Well, it's also, particularly versus matchup, Headshot is more useful. So that's also something to consider.
S4 walking in, trying to harass Mag a bit here top lane. He is just dominating, as you'd expect, against the melee. No real backup here for Mag. Is getting his levels, but free farm on the Tidehunter should be an early Blink Arcanes. And Big Daddy, he's the story of this game. Just continues to be a problem. By himself occupying 2 enemy supports and keeping almost ahead in their combined levels. Yeah, it's early, but space created, which Puppy is going to be happily abusing here in the jungle. In the meantime, the Lich is still doing well in the offlane. He's already level 4.
So they get a stomp off, but to what avail? It's not really scaring him.
Okay, they have Eidolons now. They've got those demonic conversions going. They can turn this on to Big Daddy. Oh, wait. No, they can't. He just keeps on clubbing. He's got his bottle now, too, if he wants to buy one.
Enigma also didn't get Malefice, so that will definitely not help in zoning him out. Sniper, is he going to pick up a bottle? Yes, he will. And there goes level 1 in Shrapnel. With Big Teddy getting maybe some bottle charges from good old Kuro, they can do a lot of more damage to Lil Tesoro and FNG.
Yeah, I think I said 3, 4, 5, but obviously he'd already taken his 3rd skill point. So yeah, maybe we see 4 or 5 Shrapnel, then max it out by 8. It's possible. Just taking a value point in Shrapnel is okay. It's not bad, but
No, it's great.
pretty good sieging spell. And they don't really have much tower killing potential outside of that. The bottom lane, meanwhile, Big Daddy might get punished finally. He rambles through, gets caught out. This could be a double kill for Illidan. Chasing out with the Spirit there. No, not able to get in range. He did have plus 84 damage, though. So they finally punish that Ogre, get him out of the jungle. It's really less about the kill in Illidan and more about Lil, who's managed to clear out some trees. Does still have his soul ring at 4 minutes, so considering the start, it could be a lot worse. But he is slowed down.
Maxing the Shrapnel, oh yeah.
Yeah, this is their only way to quickly kill towers. That and maybe a Bloodlust on the Sniper later on. And with their deep push as well as Frost Armor, they should be able to tower trade reasonably well this game if they ever need to.
Well, they always have Illuminate too, that just makes things terribly difficult.
Lot of deep push.
Razor has a Plasma Field, only level 1 though. He went 0-2-2 at level 4, actually helped him get that kill on Big Daddy.
Might get this kill on Simba as well. There's a stun. Stomp is going to connect, though. Oh, mamma mia. That's a lot of stolen damage. Plus 98. He's going to go back for the Ogre. He gets the 1 as Illidan will be forced out by Frost Blast. At the same time, your faceless Void of Mag back to the well. He's got to heal up, but look at this mid matchup, Ben. One of the big changes with Headshot, it doesn't... Well, I mean, the big change is it doesn't actually mini-stun, so... Any hero that has a nuke that farms, it's difficult to prevent them from CSing. We've seen this in a few games already, and DK Phobos just spamming that power shot. He's actually out CSing the Sniper by a slight margin, but... I mean, the point is, normally when you used to see Sniper, you just look for him to dominate 1v1s, but you can't really do it that easily.
Yeah. He's decent in mid. He's not amazing. He's never going to be a top tier mid, but he's still very high. He's like 80th, 90th percentile in terms of...
As long as you don't get ganked.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's just strict 1v1.
Yeah. Which for now, he is getting. They're parking Big Daddy in his neighborhood. But Mag has gotten his levels in this offlane. He hits level 6. They don't have much follow-up for Chrono, though. That's one of the issues. Later on, perhaps with a farmed Razor or Black Hole. Hold that thought. Rotation on a DK Phobos mid, and... Oh, no take that, yo anchor. Just Big Daddy collecting that kill. At the same time, Mag, they're thinking about a Ravage here. He will time walk out. Tower, Glyph already used, will go the way of S4, I imagine, if he gets this last hit. Which he does, up to 1,300 gold. Arcane's complete. Let's see, do they have a stack of Ancients for him? Not yet, but they could look to stack those up pretty soon. So yeah, then good start here for Secret, taking the tower, farming their Sniper, slowing down the Enigma. I mean, that's pretty much your 3 key objectives early on.
Still, they gave Razor 2 kills.
Yeah.
Which... was due to the over-aggression of Big Daddy. I mean, he was playing aggressively and limited supports, but yeah, giving away those kills to Razor was a little unnecessary, I'd say.
We're going to see Illidan go for his Ring of Health again, but again, it's against a hero that... watch out, DK Phobos, walking close to FNG. Expecting that Elder Titan to catch him out or protect him, and he will. Now Kuroki may get punished. Malefice is here, but he's able to bottle through this. It's only the level 1 Malefice, just not enough damage. Maybe should have waited to let the Elder Titan get in position first. What is that? A level 2 sleep, yeah.
These
like
stomps,
another second.
These stomps from Elder Titan have been pretty good, too.
Yeah, they've bailed them out bottom, set up some kills, or bailed them out mid, set up some kills bottom. He's been on point.
Still, it's a trade-off. No natural order. The earliest it can be max is an 8, and I don't think he's going to go for the max build. It's also very mana-intensive, too, so he has to go heal relatively often, and can't scrape by with just a Soul Ring.
We're going to see a ward place top that, honestly, we don't normally see that much this often. But, hey, tier 1's down very quickly. And they get some good vision of rotations to this top lane. Yeah, my main concern for VPpolar now is I don't feel like they have anyone who can exert pressure on the map. They don't really have a good chrono follow-up. The kill potential is pretty low for this team. And you'd love to be going ganking against these squishies. The Keeper of the Light, the Sniper. But they're not really able to pressure Ben. They're just kind of sitting back and farming while it's Secret making moves.
At the same time, they have better, like, quote-unquote late game. They have better late game ultimates, that's for sure. Black Hole and Chronos are both going through BKB, whereas Ravage does not.
Uh-oh, Kuro could be in trouble here. Power Shot's going to come through. They want to wait for it to cool down. Maybe no, they're not going to bother with that. Stomp connects as well. They can throw out that Spirit too, and another Power Shot in just a second. Not even, well, maybe it is needed. No, never mind. That squishy old Sniper.
Still, they're like losing their T2.
There's a glyph. But like, how do you, I guess you can chrono into, like, stomp into chrono. Well, just going to chrono off the bat. They are teleporting the Razor, but there's a Ravage at the ready. This could go poorly. S4 gets off the 2-hero Ravage, actually 3, and now they look to turn this one on the back of the Razor rotation. 2 heroes dead, plus the Sniper from earlier. DK Phobos on the hunt. There's Puppey, looks to make his escape. Does have that good base move speed. And still a time walk forward for Mag, but isn't quite in range. He actually maxed the time walk, which we generally don't see, but goes for that very initiator defensive-oriented build. Still can't get in range.
Yep. Kiro's only died once, not so bad for him, and he's still able to shrapnel the mid tower. And yeah, I mean, without Chronosphere though, they really don't have that much fight left in them, especially with Razor not going for any sort of move speed build. Well, not in terms of item builds at least. And they're smoked up behind Kiro.
Yeah, it really feels like this entire game plan hinges on the Razor getting fat, which so far he is, but if they're able to shut him down, there's just no one to really do too much damage. The Void's not farming well. Your Wind Ranger's more of a utility hero generally. They'll bring down the Elder Titan here very quickly, but Razor able to begin leeching some damage for Big Daddy. Wants to turn back on S4. Unfortunately, doesn't have his ultimate. He'll get slowed down. Power Shot's there, and yeah, there's just a dearth of damage in general for this team. Is this where you want your Wind Ranger to go for more damage later on, or do you just completely count on Illidan to carry the game?
They need Mag to catch up.
Yeah, he's just so poor.
Yeah.
What do you expect for, like, versus Tide?
We've seen a lot of Faceless Voids though transition very well from early mid game or early like laning dominated phase to.
I do want to point out the emphasis Secret continues to place on just slowing down this jungling. They've double sentry warded the enemy neutrals, the 2 safe camps that the Enigma loves to farm, and well, as a result, the economy will be a bit lacking for VPpolar. They also don't have a hero who can farm Ancients too well, although we're not really seeing the Ancients stacked up by Secret either. They normally do it a bit earlier than this, but not interested in getting their spabbing their Tide AFK in there for right now. Maybe they'll start.
VP still has better late game, so Secret do have to keep this sort of pressure up. They have to limit the farm from neutrals. They have to keep someone most likely against Mag in lane to keep him from free farming, and Puppey is doing exactly that.
By the way, did you see Puppey's items?
What's he going for?
2 boots.
2 boots?
He's got 4 feet. He needs 2 more, man. Got a pair of treads in there, little phase boots.
It's nice for 5 man. I'm actually surprised he went for arcanes. I think Soul Ring, if you really need the mana, is okay. But
they went for this, and he's maxing chakra magic. So
yeah, I mean it is nice to have like a super mana battery, not just like a mana battery that can just chakra 1 people and just give mana to everybody. But at the same time, they're not really 5-manning that much. Also, Lich doesn't really need the mana. Tidehunter already has arcane of his own. Sniper is not super mana intensive.
He's got Bottle and Aquila, and he's like probably the main one they would chakra outside of the Ogre.
Yeah, and he has tread swapping available to him too. So I mean, it's unusual.
I mean, it does kind of go to your idea of like they want to keep the pressure up. So this is a good item to buy now that lets them just stay in the lane, constantly push. I mean, and they've got a mech already, so perhaps that's the thought here.
Yeah, Soul Ring is like half the price though. or even just like 2 Sage's Mask is even cheaper and will probably keep his mana up. But it is nice to have that large mana pool that you can kind of work around with for super chakras on yourself when you drop the arcanes.
The other thing that's a little awkward is like there's nothing to really turn the arcanes into as far as the energy booster goes. What are you gonna get, a bloodstone?
Well, even if you were, this wow. Okay.
Well, that just happened. And it is a slight concern here for VPpolar. In terms of their map vision, they have no eyes in the bottom lane, no eyes in the jungle. They just have this ward over here, which is good for spotting non-smoke rotations, but...
Well, still, I mean, Razor and Faceless Void are still getting their farm on. I worry about the Wind Ranger's usefulness later in the game, too. He doesn't have that much gold. He's died once, he has 2 kills, but, like, if he gets a Force Staff, it'll be decent, but still, he's just there for utility. Whereas Mag isn't really providing that much damage right now. He's still like in catch-up mode. Razor is going to be the one that's probably going to be the focus of, let's say, multicast or potential multicast, Chain Frost, Ravage, etc.
It seems like they wanted someone who offers a little bit of everything. You know, some control, doesn't need too much farm but can use it, decent lane presence versus the sniper, but yeah, you go a bit later and you do wonder how much the Wind Ranger will bring to the table. Could allow, and Enigma's also building their mech, so... They already have some utility from a support. Elder Titan's a great 4-staff carrier, so maybe it is more of a carry Wind Ranger that DK Phobos goes for. But generally, if you see that, there's better heroes for it.
And Mag catching up with the Midas, I think that's perfectly fine for him. They're not looking to make too many engagements, and they have plenty of damage for follow-up early that he doesn't need to get Mask and Madness to dump in the damage himself during Chrono.
You do have Chrono at the ready. No way they can kill S4. It's a bit annoying for VPpolar. Just feels like they could be getting a lot more kills if they had something like a Scarith Mage here. But instead they're pretty much relegated to playing passive Dota. Just farming and wait until the Razor gets big, which Illidan, it's that same build he showed yesterday. We were questioning it a little bit, but it seemed to work out well for him there. Going back for his point booster into eggs.
It's strong once you complete all the items, but it's just the mid game which is really strange. We could see him in a very similar position to the Luna in the earlier series, where he has Yasha Ogre Club and Morbid Mask and doesn't really do anything because he doesn't have any completed items. So,
well, Razor does more than a Luna at that stage, but
still, I mean, you need completed items, not just +5 health regen and a little bit of HP.
He's close. So let's got the eggs. 1,000 gold short.
Still, I think BKB rush versus their lineup is pretty important. If Secret sees that he doesn't have a BKB, they're just going to blow him up really quickly. And Elder Titan stop isn't going to be enough time to, isn't going to get off quickly enough for them to save him.
We'll see one of the most cost-efficient items for damage you can get on the sniper, if not the most cost-efficient, just that Mask of Madness, Agility Treads Aquila, Kuro, just a siege engine at this point. You can actually outrange the towers, get vision with Shrapnel, so he can just kill towers for free, unless they want to defend. And they've got the kind of lineup that you'd think might want to on paper, but they just don't feel like they have enough yet. Mech's there on Lil, but he could easily die before popping it. Maybe if they get a good stomp, they look to defend this. There's a ping out from S4. Seems like it'll be the tier 2s where they make their stand, but this will further restrict the jungle. As Secret get aggressive there.
The Centaur ban makes a lot more sense, though, now that the sniper has been revealed. Like, you have to have some way of being protected, and like generally once they get BKBs, you're already food, and you don't want that timing of you being useless to be much earlier, which is what Centaur does to you with Stampede. They just run by the front line, or if they like kill a Tidehunter, yeah, they just run by everything and then just gun in on Sniper, and it's really, really easy to do, especially with like a Razor or something like that. So
yeah, once Razor gets big enough, he can just run at the Sniper, tank the nukes of Secret, just like BKB in the middle, and just get on the Sniper. So that is where the mobility becomes important. We've seen other players try to adjust this with a Blink Dagger, but it doesn't give you any DPS to the cost. And it's about this. It's actually a little bit more. So
yeah, I think snipers usually can't build a Blink Dagger, or else they'll just ignore you too. That's also a liability when you're a sniper. It's just everyone else dying around you and you not doing enough damage.
Here's your Midas for DK Phobos. So with that, VPpolar confident that they can hold these tier 2s, and that if this goes on long enough, Secret are going to start to fall off on some of these heroes. But I wouldn't underestimate Secret's lineup. You've got your Ogre Magi farming towards Aghanim Scepter. The mobility of a Keeper of the Light might be an ally for Secret if they perhaps don't win 5v5s, but just find those 2v3 pickoffs, and a big change for us can change everything, so we'll just have to wait and see how this develops. Secret, still not really any sense of urgency beyond those tier 1s. They're going to sit back and farm, and let's see, what are they farming towards now? S4 going to be delivering a 4-staff Puppy, up to 1,200 gold. No idea what he's going to go for yet. They're actually pinning out bottom lane. They might have a go here on Simba. The Spirit's going to walk in, but Simba's already back to safety. So yeah, there's not like one huge item that they seem to be waiting for. Just farming.
Just farming, getting Kiro nice and fat is what they need to do. And Sniper's pretty unique in that he doesn't ever really need to man fight people, so like Elder Titan is really nice for those man fight on man fight because you can't avoid the Elder Titan spirit, and you'll always be taking damage. Like Razor's more of a man fight hero, faces Void somewhat too. I think Legion Commander's a really nice example too, but you're never really going to be up close and personal with Sniper. And
if you are, you fucked up.
Yeah.
That's basically how it is.
And even if you get natural ordered, it's not that big of a deal. So you have like Wind Ranger, whose Wind Run's not that effective versus him. You have Elder Titan, who's probably not going to be in range.
Did you just see that from S4?
You have Enigma, who's usually not going to be in range too. Razor, who's going to have a problem like walking through multicast and Ravage, and really Faceless Void is the only one who can get to the Sniper nice and easily. But at the same time, Faceless Void might just be enough. If he has like Mask of Madness, Maelstrom, BKB, that should be enough to build a, or just to absolutely destroy a Glass Cannon Sniper. If he has some sort of HP with like Manta, then maybe he can be tricky.
That's where you just either you try and hope that like you can bait out his BKB, then counter with the Ravage, keep the Sniper back, or buyback potentially is a way to turn that, or you just fight him before he gets the BKB. Guess those are the main options. But it's tough not to get caught when they always get a vision from the Elder Titan, and when Void has such mobility with Mask of Madness.
Well, you can get like Manta and like Butterfly and Frost armor. That's already a huge chunk of armor.
Yeah, maybe even get a Scotty in there as well.
Yeah, well, this is all pending no natural order too.
Yeah, they do have Frost armor.
Yeah.
Let's see. Any other plus armor items? I think they had a mech, right?
Oh.
Yeah, on the lit.
And
Top lane, Chronosphere on the Big Daddy, caught out by Mag, and Illidan there to join him. The multicast is strong. Is it enough? He's going to keep on auto-teching creeps, but he might die to ignite damage. Sniper assassinates him. Where's the backtrack when you need it? Only, oh, actually it's level 3 now, so not too bad. Still, a Void for an Ogre. Not worth it. Not worth it.
A lot of it was that GG multicast in the face.
Yeah. No-Tail clearly just a flat-out better player than Mag. RNG master.
I think he also bought his Ogre Club right before too. Kuro's getting recalled, looking for a kill on old FNG.
FNG just chilling in the woods now. Puppy or Gandalf.
They're doing Roshi.
Alright, I guess not. And they've got S4 here to tank Kuroki to dish out the big damage. With the Chrono down and the Void dead, seems tough for VPpolar to go in.
They see it though. They have the
You
Elder
can
Titans
see
gun.
it, but can you stop it?
Well, with Chrono down and Ravage up, that's a big fat no.
That's a negative, Chief.
Well, in between Frost Armor, Slow, and Headshot, he's not really attacking all that much.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it probably would have been a freebie anyway, but it is a cool combo. Kind of like having Liquid Fire, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't realize the new Sniper was so good at Roshan. Very interesting.
I wonder if he's too squishy to solo it though. You would need someone there to tank.
I don't think it's that bad. With Headshot procs, he might not make it out to you before he leashes back in.
Yeah, I guess if you're sitting like right around there.
I mean, same with, like Drow Ranger's amazing at solo Roshans too, just because
She has a lot more damage though.
Well, she also has frost arrows.
Yeah.
I mean, Mask
Which
of
is kind
Madness.
of like Headshot, I guess.
Mask of Madness Sniper does a lot of damage too.
Let's see. VK Phobos and Illidan. They've got their Blink Dagger ready to go in the Wind Range. Do they seem like they want to make a maneuver here, but not going to find their opening. So with this Aegis, let's see. Does Secret look for something? Do you go for a tier 2 here? Do you just sit back and farm it? They're only up 2k gold right now, and that's actually tipping against them even after the Roche.
Well, there are also these Midases on VPpolar that, in retrospect, looks very worth it for them. They don't really want to do pressure when they have, on paper, what is better later game.
Oh no, I'm saying for Secret. Do you want to force the issue?
It's they can't really fight into VPpolar's hands though, just because of like Chrono and Black Hole. Like let's just say you have to be really confident in this push, and if you lose it, you're definitely gonna probably lose the late game because of that, because you get wiped with a Midas at a disadvantage on the other team, and better late game, and great refresher carriers. They can just kind of turtle out and just wait for them to push into them, just because like what is Keeper Light going to do late game as well as a Lynch? Those are two heroes that have very limited utility, whereas Elder Titan still will continue to be very useful, as will Enigma, and then you have these other three heroes, two of them with Midas, one of them with extraordinary amounts of farm that are going to continue to scale well. So if they push and they mess up, it's almost it's really difficult to come back from that, whereas if they keep on farming, they can pick and choose their battles, wait for Sniper to be much stronger relative to those three farmers, and maybe wait for one botch Chrono to cost them a tower and go team fight.
Yeah, for now, I think VPpolar have only used, 2-3 Chronos this entire game. It's been the botch Chronos only can come if you actually use it, so we'll see if he even makes a move or just holds it for defensive play. Speaking of Mag, he's now got a Mithril Hammer inbound. Could be going that Maelstrom or just straight into BKB. Hold that thought. Lil in danger here, but able to blink to safety just before that first devastating headshot comes. Still there's a blink in from S4. Windrun will fly. You got peeped. Nope, just kidding.
The Blink Ranger. They're wrapping around behind though, Illidan and FNG.
Stomp was there, and no real follow-up. Oh, maybe there is. Bringing in Big Daddy. He was smoked. He rumbles in. No BKB complete yet on Illidan. He's in trouble. Gets pushed back. Mono and gets assassinated to boot. The stomp will come through, though, keep him alive for a little while until eventually Simba ends him. Just comes in with the casual Nova. Immediately the call comes out. Mag, go push bottom lane. We're not fighting without our Razor. And
yeah, I mean,
this certainly appears to be the case.
This is when you need BKB. Like, if he had BKB, what are they going to do to him there? He can just turn around on them, and then they can choose to engage. Elder Titan was in a very good position to cut off stragglers or have a zoning Earth Splitter for them to be chained into that secret shop area, and then all the other teammates can run in from the bottom. It's a very good place to set up for Shackles too, since there's not that many places to navigate. So, like, not having BKB just really cost them there, I feel like. And they also lost a T2, and not even a Ravage blown.
Yeah, with Ravage still up, Aegis online, and they have Chain Frost to boot, plus Big Daddy's got his Aghanim Scepter, and this is before any BKBs come online for VPpolar. I don't think they fight this. This is, like, if you go in now, you die, you're not going to have any of your BKBs. They might even try to go high ground on the back of it. Instead, they look for a potential pick-off bottom lane. Puppy getting aggressive on Mank here. Blinding Light was there. Now they're going to Chrono, but it clips DK Phobos on the periphery. Still, Mag will get this kill anyway, it looks like. But with Chrono down, Secret definitely going to go aggressive mid lane. They'll blink. The Ravage is there, but a quick blink out from Lil allows them to dodge it. Big Daddy throws out both of his stuns, and the only thing they've left is the Chain Frost, but that's all they need. They'll cancel the Black Hole. They used every other spell, and now Lil gets pursued out. There's a Stomp. Bringing him low. He'll lose his Aegis. Tries to retreat out.
Natural Order plus Mask of Madness.
So squishy. Then the Shackle. Well placed there by DK Phobos, but no follow-up. Would be nice to have a Chronosphere here. Then again, Secret wouldn't have been that aggressive if they knew it was up. And in the end, they'll take down that tier 2 mid. So 2 tier 2s for an Aegis and a Keeper the Light down. As Mag will scurry away to freedom. He did... Oh, Willie. Yeah, that Ogre gives up.
Yeah, that was not worth it for Mag. I think he could have just straight time walk onto Puppy, especially with the Windrunner behind him, because Puppy doesn't have a Force Staff. He's going for a Scepter. So he has a lot of HP, but at the same time they can't really afford to blow that Chronosphere. It wasn't even that great of a Ravage. I only hit one of them due to the nice blink that got out from Enigma. So yeah,
it's gonna be the eggs for Puppy. You know, when Cinder was here, you remember in the NA hub, he wouldn't shut up about the Keeper the Light eggs, but we're gonna get to see it. So we'll have the mass heals coming out in daytime, and maybe it's the next daytime at the dawn of the final day where Gandalf tries to lead the troops to victory.
The uphill vision is much better than the heal.
You think so?
It's great for sieging. It's impossibly good, because like when you're a Tidehunter and you're sieging, you're like, oh man, I'm not really sure when to go in or where to go in, and then it's much easier for a sniper too, because he can keep track of the void. I think that's a much bigger part to why Ags is so useful. I mean, you have 100% uptime on recall too, which is, I guess,
Which is nice,
useful.
but
Yeah.
it's not like VPpolar are split pushing them to death.
It also depends on the strategy too. If you have a mass sustain strat, then obviously the heal's gonna be pretty useful. But I'd say in terms of general usefulness, it's like number 1 goes the illuminate. Number 2 is, I don't know, heal.
Do you know what the
versus recall.
AoE is on his vision? It's just his normal vision value
I'm not sure.
for daytime.
I think it's
Okay.
I think it's just normal daytime.
But it's
1800
enough.
vision.
Like if you're sitting in this area, you're gonna see up the hill.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. That's maybe where VPpolar just go for a smoke play and try to get the jump right as the smoke breaks. We'll have to wait. There's an observer ward here. And Gandalf is gonna chill with the gunslinger.
Oh.
They're actually bringing in reinforcements though. 3 heroes smoked on Secret. Getting aggressive. They get eyes on Mag, but he has a BKB. Very dangerous hero to jump on with this lineup. And at the same time, Illidan does not. Caught out in the river. S4, does he really want to go? I think they're a bit too far out. They also know Mag is in the neighborhood. So they'll descend on top lane instead. There's your first stun. The follow-up multicast is there. Just a double, but it's enough. Although, that said, Big Daddy, maybe this is why Puppy got the arcane boots. He's already out of mana from that.
Yeah, Kuro, super fast. 522 move speed with the Mask of Madness, S&Y, and Mjolnir.
If they screw up a fight and do not catch him in Chrono, Black Hole, or Shackle, then they're just done for. Kuro will destroy them.
Yeah.
In theory, that sounds like a lot, but considering how many ways there are to cancel Black Hole, it feels like it just comes down to the Chrono.
Yeah, I mean, even on top of that, like, if they chrono him, he has Blinding Light. They, actually, he has BKB on Mag now, and he's still waiting for the BKB on Illidan. He died twice because he didn't have it. I'm still not a fan of the Ags Rush at all, unless you're breaking high ground.
He's got one component, right? Yeah, okay, he just needs the recipe. He probably will have it for the next fight
So
mid.
they lost 2 T2s, and he died twice because of it, and that trade-off isn't worth it at all.
Yeah. Still seems like a game that VPpolar can win, though. Even though they feels like they're slightly down on momentum. They only trail by about 3,000 gold. The Midases have mostly paid for themselves at this point. 3,000 experience, and they are getting the BKBs out. They should have Illidan's unless he dies like right now, which is possible. There's a Dire Ward here. They're going to use that recall. Try to brain in the Ogre. Oh, this would be a disaster if Illidan dies again. But DK Phobos is there. Scouting out, he's going to throw a power shot. He gets eyes on the Tide, and that will save Illidan's life.
I'm surprised Kuro went for the Mjolnir, because it's not that great versus BKB, and I'm not sure what their plan is during BKB. Like if Void leads in with the BKB Chronosphere, and then after that Razor follows up with BKB and just runs at him, because they don't really have anything. Sniper can just run away at this point, I suppose, and then they can re-engage, but a couple of his teammates might already be dead. They have like absolutely nothing. They don't even have 4 stats this game. Actually, they have 1 on Tidehunter and 1 on Lich, but normally your other builders, Keeperlight and Ogre, don't have one, so their escape plan for BKBs is not that great, and I thought he might go like a massive physical damage build with Desolator and just try and pop them while they have their BKBs on.
Deso would also help them siege. I guess the other option is maybe... Well, you've got Tide, so Tide can go for the AC. But yeah, just getting some minus armor on buildings would be nice. Butterfly, pretty good against the Void, who's not really very close to an MKB.
Yeah, Butterfly is probably the next item, I'd say. I mean, Scotty's going to be great versus BKB too, later down the road.
There's an Elder Titan in the game, but they still have Frost Armor, and that evasion will always be nice, unless he gets an MKB. Well, Secret yet to crack the base. They have a very fat sniper. They are closing in on Refresher for S4, and Roche's respawn. So looking at it from Secret's perspective, that seems to be the main things. Get the Roche, maybe get 1 more item on Kuro, and get your Refresher Ravage. And then with that, you would really like to take an objective. It's tricky against VPpolar's AoE, though. And they almost have a BKB on the Enigma. There's an Assassinate to potentially counter that, but it does take a decent amount of time to channel. And otherwise, you're just counting on the Chain Frost of Simba. So that will level up VPpolar's teamfight quite a bit.
Still, with this Aegis impending on Sniper, the ult has become even more crucial on VPpolar, and this will allow them to survive the initial BKB Zerg, if they even get the BKB off. If S4 gets good Ravage, they could just all die before that even goes off, or before it becomes useful.
Secret gonna Roche. They'll take this one easily. As VPpolar cluster up top, 4 heroes there. Still yet to take a tier 1, actually. And in spite of that, they're hardly even down on gold. I guess you have to look at it and say 4,000 of that is invested into Midas's, but to have given up 2 Roches and taken 0 towers and still be up on gold is... Or barely down on gold. It's pretty damn impressive. They're going to jump in top lane. Chrono is there. It does not catch out S4, though. BKB by Mag was used, so they secure the kill on the Keeper of the Light, but now they got to get the hell out. They got nothing left.
I think this is potential high ground push.
There's no buyback or Keeper of the Light, so they won't have him. And they just got 2 more BKBs. Make it quadruple BKBs for not for DKFO, but for VPpolar. Some of them might be down for this fight.
It's a pretty tight window for them, though.
They also don't have the refresher is the other big thing. If they go now, S4 is right before level 3 ult. Well, he'll have level 3 ult, but won't have his refresher.
Still, fighting without Chrono, I think, is a much bigger deal than fighting with 2 Ravages, but they will definitely lose a T1 tower mid if they decide to go for a push on the left side, and it'll be 4v5 for quite some time. Puppey has a long way to run.
That tower will fall. Illidan using his ultimate. Of course, the downtime's only a minute. Mag trying to retreat out. They're not actually going to get the tower kill. Illidan sticks around. He could have run straight away, but instead, well, BKB, TP out. Could be attempted here. He will. Chain Frost, not in range. The sniper, also not in range, so he'll be able to TP out. And Mag, at the meantime, maybe pursued by Kuro. He had an eye in the Radiant jungle, but he's off on his own for now, and doesn't seem they'll get in too close to him. So Mag dodges a bullet. Chrono will cool down in 5. They'll have the Void BKB. They will have all their full arsenal of weapons.
Except Razor BKB.
Yeah, that's true. That's actually a big deal as well. But no double Ravage, so let's see. They're going to try to zone with Midnight Pulse here. Lil's BKB forced out early. Do they black hole? That sniper just destroying Lil. Kuro going hard in the paint, but he is a squishy dwarf, and he'll pay. Now the Chrono for Mag catches out 2. BKB was used. They're going to blow up S4. No Ravage for this fight. Maybe no Simba as well. He'll mech and try to retreat. At the same time, Kuro isolated. Sniperino. No help for you, my friend. Down he goes. A triple for Mag, and you just see how quickly the secret lineup folds if they don't get a good Ravage. Just so squishy.
Yeah, maybe they thought Chronosphere was still down, but it was a pretty long time, and he's almost level 19 at this point too. So
that was with an Aegis too.
Yeah, that's really bad for Secret.
I mean, compare that to like if you're running like a core Death Prophet or a Razor, like you've got a lot more margin for error there, but the sniper just melts.
I thought they were just.
He also dove pretty damn hard to kill that Enigma.
Yeah, they could have just let him slide after the BKB was popped.
Yeah, that's a good. What's he gonna do after that? Like walk in and Maleficio, or maybe Midnight Pulse, but.
Very nice
probably
Chronosphere
not much else
from Mag.
And it's one of the reasons why I'm surprised we didn't see a little bit more Void against the mass Tidehunter picks from Secret. Like EG in particular. Just can't cracking it off, man. And you normally have that burst to bring him down with any +1.
Yeah.
They do get a Hex on their Lich. Refresher is still inbound. Sniper still has a little bit more room to grow. Daedalus is going to be completed soon. The other interesting item pickup here, Ben, is he did opt to complete a Sanjin Yasha fairly late into the game. And he already had max move speed just from the Yasha Mask of Madness Bloodlust.
Wait, Sniper?
Yeah.
Oh, he's had that Sanjin Yasha.
He completed it after the Mask of Madness Maelstrom. Mjolnir, actually.
Yeah.
Then he went back for Sange.
HP...
It's like if he gets caught, he's dead anyway, you know?
Yeah. Maim? Maim's not bad.
Yeah.
He already has headshot, though.
Maim's not great either.
It's a little bit of overlap there. But, I mean, all their eggs are in one basket with Sniper. If he dies, they have no solution BKB, no sustained damage at all, no tower push. It's
starting to look scary, and that Wind Ranger's getting a little farm out now. Your Mjolnir's picked up, and with Focus Fire, that could dish out a bunch of damage. On top of that, Razor closing in on his Refresher Orb. They're going to be running a Tri-Core that really synergizes well around mass AoE. Chronosphere and Black Hole. Void, now working towards his Ags. Mag pretty much has it. So he'll get that 20-second cooldown reduction. Or, sorry, 30-second. It's nice. At the same time, it seems like probably one Chrono is all they're going to get. If they whiff the Chrono, then Secret will probably just look to GG it from there.
I think...
but they can go for more pickoffs around the map.
Yeah, that's true. With that one fight in mid, I think VPpolar will be in a good position to contest the next Roshan, which I think, if they get that, I don't really see Secret winning.
It's a long way off. It's 5.5 minutes. They'll have all their next items out before then. They're gonna be rocking those 22 inchers, you know?
So
Spinning those big chrome rims.
yeah, what big items are coming out though? Scepter for Void. Why is Scepter? Oh, the level 3 got increased. I forgot about that small nerf.
Which one?
The Faceless Void.
Oh, the chrono duration.
and the Chrono cooldown.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah, cooldown. Used to be 80, right? I think it was 120, 180.
It was. I don't exactly remember. I think it was maybe 75 or 80. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess it's kind of a buff to the Ags. So I mean,
it is about that.
it makes it more worthwhile. Multicast will come through mid lane. Mag, how good are the backtracks? Not good enough. Take that, you wanker.
If he backtracked that, I think he could have just BKB'd the time walked out. So it was still pretty close. And here they go.
He does have buyback though. Did not buy his Aghanims. He'll have to blow it here.
They blew Ravage though. If he buys back, they can't continue pushing.
The scary thing will be if they try to threaten the push and just overextend a little bit. Like if they get slept here by FNG, that could just ruin Secret. So they want to force this buyback, but they've got to be very, very cautious about how they do it.
And unfortunately, it's during nighttime again too.
If only Keeper Light had the power to make it daytime. I feel like that would make the Ags really awesome.
Daystalker.
Yeah, there's no heroes that can make it.
They only have 2 creeps and 1 siege creep. I don't think it's gonna happen.
I agree. Maybe they can get a top lane kill instead. DK Phobos has his BKB and his Blink Dagger. Not an easy kill. No Tail looking to close the gap as Puppy comes in, but he just BKBs. He'll TP out, and that's going to be
Chain
it.
Frost?
Chain
Oh,
Frost.
wow. It was 1 second off.
Yeah,
Cooldown.
a bit too far. Well, unfortunate. Even with that, they had already been forced back, so it was an acceptable risk for DK Phobos. But because of it, he's going to buy an Ultimate Orb. Illidan really closing in on that Ags, and Roche still 4.5 minutes and counting. A long way off.
Yeah, Secret desperately need to get this next Roshan so they can win team fight.
Uh-oh, Kuro. This could be trouble. Illidan's marching in. DK Phobos there. They're going to find Puppy. Shackle him up to a tree while FNG is going to Yules. They're looking for the sniper kill as well. Straight into the stomp. Follow-ups there from Illidan. No static link, though. BKB at the ready. They might need to drop it soon. Tidehunter coming in. Nope, not yet. Big Daddy will blink in. Can't really do much during this time as Illidan lashes him, bashes him backwards. And we'll bring him down in the end. At the same time, in the middle of the fight, is S4, who's been caught up by Mag. There's a Chrono at the ready. They don't want to blow it. They're going to lose S4 as well. Sniper manages to barely slip away, but it costs them heavily. Still, your Chronosphere online. The ultimate of the Razor about to cool down. His BKB not available, but they've got a Black Hole and a Chrono. And they're at least looking at tier 2 here. They might even try to push the base. But at least force out that Tidehunter buyback, who doesn't have it. He's 800 gold short. That's trouble.
Yeah, Sniper can't right-click anymore. He's always under some sort of pressure.
And it's like, it just doesn't work when your teammates can't stand on the front lines. And who can stand on the front lines against this VPpolar lineup? Even the Tide can't. Yogurt, no way. Not tanky any longer.
Maybe if Tidehunter went like an AC instead of Refresher, but I actually don't think that would help that much either.
It's actually, it's weird to say, because normally this item has been amazing for Secret, but I don't really feel like the Force Staff's done anything either.
Yeah, it's just not that great versus Faceless Void. Yeah. It's great versus Shackles and Elder Titan Stomp though.
That's true. Yeah, there hasn't been too many clutch Shackles this game. Windrunner's just kind of... Honestly, I feel like this could be any hero right now that can do well in the mid lane.
Yeah, it really could have been.
That's kind of my issue with most Wind Ranger games. I'm never like, oh man, Wind Ranger really won them that game. When's the last time you said that?
Very rarely. She does have the benefit of being, I don't know, somewhat transitions into physical damage, which most end heroes don't.
That's true.
But that's a very small benefit.
At the same time, magic damage normally gets better later on as BKBs wear down, especially this patch.
Yeah.
We're going to have a smoke here. Secret just preying upon a Roshan, but they're not going to find it. There's a stomp at the ready. Elder Titan Earth Splitter coming through. Big Daddy jumping in, looking for the mass multicast. As Mag looks for his Chrono. They look for S4 here. The Chrono still not available. Too many 4-steps. Finally gets locked onto S4. However, that BKB will wear off. Then they get off the Hex. This could go poorly. Mag getting punished by the sniper. They've already lost their Razor and Elder Titan on the backside. Ravage not even in range. S4 now smoked as they look to pursue. A little peep shot onto Mag. Didn't see how the Razor went down there.
Oh, I saw.
What happened?
Sniper right-clicked the crap out of him. And He got obliterated because they didn't control Sniper.
The 4-step... Right when I'm like, I'm not sure about these 4-steps, that just saved them. Double 4-step out. The Void's BKB took way too long to get in range for
Well,
Chrono.
Mag, that was, I think, Mag's fault. They had vision of the Sniper. He went up to the top right, and everyone else split. Lich went up. Or I guess I can draw. Lich went this way, and then Tide went this way, and then Sniper went this way. And they all split up because they didn't want to get Chrono. And then he decided to go left, as far away from the Sniper as possible, and then just got right-clicked down as everyone else was trying to follow him up the hill. So that was...
So you think just go on Sniper there, let the
Yeah.
Tide live, and get off the double Ravage?
I think so, because they have BKBs. Why are they really scared of the Ravage? If Sniper's dead, what are they going to do? They can't kill the Faceless Void. He has 2,000 HP. Razor also has a ton of HP, and he has Refresher, so he has 2 BKBs. So I don't really think they should be as scared as the Ravage as Mag has been led to believe in the team fights. They just need to kill Sniper, and that's it. Look at his damage. He went, like, almost all damage items. On top of that, he has Mask
And Mask
of
of
Madness.
Madness, yeah. He is very squishy. Now he'll get a BKB. I guess he'll just leave this in the stash, or maybe even drop his treads. Let's see. It's not going to help him too much if he gets Chrono. But for now, Kuro going to group up with his team. They will have Chronosphere online. Black Hole still... Have we seen a Black Hole this entire game?
Yeah, we've seen one.
Yeah, the one Black Hole. Not a clutch one.
There goes your T3.
Yeah. Sniper, a good siege artist, that's for sure. And they continue to just spam out these Illuminates onto the high ground. VPpolar backs against the wall. Buyback status check. 1 on the Void. Plenty of gold for the buyback.
I actually think they can just, if somehow they control Lich, they can just Chronosphere, Sniper for 1 kill, and then go for a 2nd kill with
And like Hex the
with
Lich.
Black
They're
Hole.
going to jump in now with Mag. Kuro gets slept out. They've got the Chrono ready to go. Straight onto the Sniper. He does have Aegis, but will he be able to do anything after? There's a great Shackle. Will bring him down once with the Black Hole follow-up. He caught them all. Basically 3-4 heroes trapped in as Kuro respawns. He'll try to turn and fight. No match for Illidan. The Lightning God, far too strong. Showing Zeus who the real one is, as S4 chased up to the high ground. No Shackle ready. They'll be able to retreat out. They lost Aegis, they lost their Sniper, they used their double Ravage, they didn't get the Chain Frost off to cancel Black Hole, and
Yeah, Fly got caught in the Chrono.
great patience from Lil there.
It was a Fly getting caught in the Chronosphere. He needs to stand as far away from the Sniper as possible. And secondly, a very nice initiation from Mag. He had a change of game plan. Oh boy, Puppy is...
It's funny, DK Phobos was chasing that way, and he's like, okay, he's not here, I'm going the other direction. And then right then he's like, oh, he actually is here.
Yeah.
Let's turn around and kill him.
But see, that's what they need to do. Just dump everything on the Sniper. That's with an Aegis. So imagine if he doesn't have an Aegis. It just needs to be A, Faceless Void chronoing him, B, an uninterrupted Black Hole, which apparently isn't that hard. If Fly gets... I think he got shackled after the Chronosphere too. And then...
Yeah, there was a 2-hero shackle as it was about to end. I think
then
he was one of them.
Razor actually... I thought that he could like BKB and bum rush a Sniper, but Sniper does too much damage. He'll die during BKB if he isn't controlled.
If he's already on top of him when like the Sniper is there, then he's dead though. Like Razor just destroyed him with the double ulti that fight.
Yeah, I mean, still they like in a
But if he
strict
can attack him the
one-on-one,
whole time that he's running in, then the Sniper can win that fight.
yeah. It was still pretty close. Razor doesn't have that much damage.
It's
Just
harder
with
now
his
though.
ult.
Lil's got a Lincoln Spear.
Oh, buddy, that's
You can't
Smart
count on
pickup.
Assassinate to cancel a Black Hole at this point. Sniper's got other things to worry about. Which means it's... He BKBs. What do you got? You got Assassinate, Chain Frost.
BKB doesn't do that much though. Doesn't block almost. It blocks almost nothing from Razor. Not that much from Elder Titan too. Faceless Void, maybe some like time lock damage and Maelstrom procs.
Oh yeah,
but
for Kuroki's BKB. I was
Yeah.
talking about the Enigma, but yeah.
Black Hole, no.
Yeah, there's
So-
Chrono, there's Black Hole. I mean, this is often how it feels in sniper games if you're up against gap closers, is like, there's just no point in building defensively. Just go all in on pure right click, pray to God you don't get caught, and...
Well, I
try to
think
win
a
the fight
blink
that
would
way.
be nice. I think a blink might be a better solution than the
BKB.
BKB. Yeah, because if Faceless Void jumps in, at least you can blink out. If you BKB, he's still just gonna destroy you. But
And if you rely on your teammates to force staff you, that means they're running near you, so they might get caught by Chrono, or just be collateral damage. Everybody flees from the hammer-headed shark man.
Yeah, and it's much easier to rely on your own blink rather than someone else's force staff to save you. Maybe not secret since they're really good at force staffing, but it's still not something that you want to count on. Hey, I hope I get force staffed away from this chrono, or else we're gonna lose the game.
It's still a fairly close game on paper, but it just feels like VPpolar have the better matchup. They're gonna double ulti on Illidan, but he's not BKB'd. He's getting destroyed by Kuroki with that Mask of Madness.
They need Void to lead in on
Illidan, I mean, this works in some games. Sniper is one of those heroes that will punish you if you try to get cute and just stand next to the tower hitting it with the Razor ult.
He needs AC next, like AC Heart, I think, will
Yeah.
be, or...
He needs a lot of armor. He's only got 12 for this stage of the game.
There's smoke behind.
Big Daddy on the prowl. Ogre looking to cause some trouble. Bring the ruckus to DK Phobos. He's going to find him here, too. But, oh, smoke will reveal now. He gets off a triple. Actually make it a quadruple. Not enough, though.
Still, the Chronospheres, also think Faceless should have gone for a Refresher, not Ags. Late game Refreshers, like 4 times better than Ags.
The only time where... I'm not even... Like, I feel like the only time where the Ags is better is if you're in, like, that, 20 to 25 minute mark stage where you can just go around getting constant solo kills, but...
Yeah, I mean...
The thing is, like, usually then, it's like, you could just build damage and do that. And then also scale better in the late game.
Yeah.
Or if you have an incredibly chrono-friendly lineup, like Scarith Mage, Ancient Apparition, like 3 or 4 heroes that really synergize well with it. Even then, I mean, the 1 chrono is normally enough for the mid-game.
I don't know why he got it. Ags is only plus 1 second, so you can usually kill someone in 5. You don't really need 6, and even if you do, Refresher will give you another 5 seconds. So you're talking about 10 versus 6. It costs a little bit more gold, and of course you're talking about like 2 in a short fight as opposed to...
It also refreshes your BKB. That's a big thing for Void as well.
Yeah.
Having the double BKB in late game team fights.
I mean, it's better for killing Tidehunter, I'd say, because then you don't have to worry about it, because you're immune for 10 seconds, at least.
I actually thought Frost Armor would be really good this game, but it's just like VPpolar just hit too hard now where it doesn't even matter.
It always sounds good on paper, but it never really
should have given more armor. 9 armor isn't really
well, it's just
that
like
much.
the BKB just is so good against the Frost Slow. Like by the time armor actually becomes useful in terms of buffing up your effective HP. Oh.
Hello, DK Phobos. He does have a BKB though. They're gonna need a lot of luck here to get this kill, and not gonna happen. Forcing out BKBs at this point is pretty much irrelevant. So, well, they tried. They need better dice rolls than that.
Oh, they see Puppy. Puppy's dead. Unless he has some sick plays with Ghost.
He almost has to do this, like, even if it costs him his life here or there. Just to keep the lanes out and keep VPpolar from deathballing them. They will get a Hex out of Mag. This could be big. They're going to nuke him to start. Assassinate to follow, but now he's BKB'd. Mask of Madness cooling down. He's just bought his Refresher. With the unreliable... He's got the reliable gold, so he would have buyback no matter what.
That was so close for him getting a double multicasted, potentially.
Yeah. And that's the way you want to get these pickoffs. You don't want to blow like a Ravage for that. If possible. I mean, if it's near the base, maybe. But otherwise, it's just going to take too long to get there, and we'll be back up with this Chrono. Secret will push in, though. Looking for the tier 2 bottom. There's still that black hole ready to go. It is a 30k net worth sniper. Although, 8k of that's in his bank. I mean, maybe this is where you go mad scientist as the sniper and just start plug and playing your items. I don't know.
I think he...
They're gonna go in! Ravage connecting on 3! Secondary Ravage on another 2 as they bring down Mag's Void. But he'll just buy back. And now that's double Ravage down. Can they just go immediately? Roche not respawning yet. They're gonna chase. Not sure if they get in range here. They've got the Yule Scepter. Blink forward from DK Phobos. Wind Ranger looking for Simba. Nope, too late on the Shackle.
Wow, and a recall too. That was actually 3 people, so very nice, swift, clean kill. Buyback forced and nothing else really.
And luckily for Secret, no Roche for like about a minute and change.
Yeah. Still, they won't have double Ravage by the time that comes up. And Faceless Void with the Ags could be their doom. And now Faceless Void going back for a Refresher. Why even bother with the Ags?
2 extra seconds in Chronosphere.
Hooray!
Easy. Yeah, this will be one of the items he replaces if it goes on too much longer. I mean, maybe Mask of Madness first, but only once you get another damage item in its stead. For now, VPpolar, no 2 Ravages are down. At the same time, their Void has no buyback. There's about 90 seconds on the first Ravage. That is a very long time. So it comes to the rest of the crew.
This is way too risky for VP. If they push and Faceless Void dies, they lose Roshan, and they probably lose out from there because he won't have Refresher.
They sent this Kerr all the way out just with a smoke. Meanwhile, Mag's Refresher is sitting at base. That is not efficiency.
Does he have a complete?
It's in the stash.
Oh. Does he?
Oh, sorry, he doesn't have the person.
Yeah, he doesn't have
you're
Curse.
right. Never mind, I'm an idiot.
Well, this Roshan's almost up. And again, it's nighttime at the worst moments for Puppy.
Poor Gandalf, man.
They
He
know.
needs some night vision goggles.
The Eidolon got his smoke revealed, so they know they're up there.
We're gonna time walk towards the pit. Mag spots out the Roshan. At the same time, Puppy blasts, but doesn't have eyes on him. The smoke was not revealed. Now it is. And they're gonna jump in with DK Phobos here to start off the fight. Malefice onto Puppy. He gets hexed as well, committing heavily Zillidan, but he's walking into heavy fire, plinking away rapidly as Kuro, forcing him back. He did BKB. He's got to retreat. Mag doesn't only have eyes on Sniper. He wants to catch somebody else. He's already used the BKB. He doesn't have the Refresher. Remember, there's no buyback on Mag here. This could end poorly. The Mana Leak causing problems for him. He's forced all the way out. They still have a Black Hole. There is still mana for a Chronosphere, but doesn't have Time Walk plus Chrono. But they get the best stomp ever onto 3. It didn't catch S4, but it's on 2. That might be good enough. Earth Splitter's there. No damage being done by Mag during this time. Can they get the kills or not? Black Hole for Lil was canceled, it looks like. Not able to get it off. 4 dead. Make it potentially 5 Secret, who always seem to be kings of the late game, finding their opening again. No Void buyback. Time for a buyback check elsewhere. They've got 4, but with no Void, that should be the Roche going Secret's way. They'll get these lanes pushed out. They'll have 90 seconds without the Void, and they may finally take a lane of Rax. No tier 3 mid.
Well, BKB by Mag. Mag,
He's kind of choking this game, to be honest.
yeah, a little bit, I'd say.
He had good chronos earlier, but
He needs to have the BKB during Chronosphere because that fight he got blinding lighted and then the newly acquired Butterfly by Sniper, and then he couldn't do any damage. It was a very nice bailout by FNG too that even set up that Chronosphere for him.
they're going to buy back on their Enigma, but it's an Enigma with no Black Hole. They'll buy back on the Wind Ranger. Just doesn't really do that much in these fights. And they're going to Siege. Ravage number 1 is ready. Secondary, if they want to use the Refresher. Otherwise, they're 90 seconds off the double. Shackle will hit S4, but it's all about Rax here. Objectives for Secret.
This is pretty much game over. Razor
One
can't
lane of
do
Rax,
anything without
probably 2.
Chrono.
There's
I think
still a Glyph.
still no Chronosphere, no win.
No even Earth Splitter for 10 seconds. Maybe a good Elder Titan stomp. It's just not enough. Kuro's positioning pretty damn good. He's tucked away here on the low ground. He's going to continue to siege. He does get stomped, but won't last for long as Big Daddy lurches forward. Buyback's still there for Secret, even if they lose a few on the way out. So if they get the double racks, they're in fantastic shape. 50 seconds off double Ravage. 2 full lanes of racks down. Secret, kings of the comeback. I mean, not that they were out of this game, but they did feel like they had lost their footing. Just finding that one crucial fight, and if the Void had Refresher, it feels like it would have been very different there. Could have just BKB'd in the second Chrono, or Chrono'd once, BKB'd, had the second Chrono ready, and probably won them the fight there. But he was just a bit short after that buyback. Even now, he's only 1,200 gold out.
It would have been 10 seconds of Chrono on the Kiro right there too.
Yeah, they actually don't have any MKBs, which is a bit annoying, but they probably still would have killed him anyway.
Yeah, I think the blinding light would have worn off by then. It's actually 5 seconds. 5 seconds is pretty darn long. Same as Chrono.
Well, VPpolar still hanging on by a knife's edge. They haven't lost their base yet. They have enough push from this Razor that if they ever want a huge fight inside a Secret's base, they could potentially throne it, but that's a lot of ifs. And the Razor seems to be public enemy number 1 for Kuro. He just lays into him every time that Razor walks up. It's tough.
Well, Mag can't show himself because if he does, he'll get Blink Rabbit before BKB and die, and then they'll lose the fight too. So he's really the only one that can show up. Windrunner, Too Squishy, Enigma. I mean, they're tanky, but not versus this super fat Sniper. Elder Titan also not or Too Squishy too. So no one can really run up besides the Razor. And he has some armor too, but he had a pretty fast Refresher, Ags, BKB, and then the items have just been really dwindling for them now.
Yeah, they're getting a few out here. The Assault Cuirass on Illidan will be useful. but not sure if it's a game-deciding item.
No.
It's one of those items where it's also really hard to see how much of a difference it makes. Yeah, they're hitting a little bit less hard, you're doing a little bit more damage, but how much? We'll find out soon enough if Secret look to push here. Buyback status check for the Dire. They've got it on Tide and Lich, but they are up a full 2 lanes of racks. Their glyph is available if needed. And they're going to look to push in now. Stomp. Only hitting creeps as S4 moves onto the high ground. A mosey in. Still trying to find that opening. It's Mag, who now is revealed. He goes right onto Kuro. Chronosphere. He caught 3. Earth Splitter to follow it up. Pulling Big Daddy back in. Prepare for the black hole as the sniper may respawn. Can he get it off? Black hole just used. They got to break this Lincoln Sphere. They managed to do it, and it looks like it won't matter. Anyway, the sniper still falls. Dead for 100 seconds. Now the leap forward. Mass Shiva's being popped, and finally your Ravage comes out. S4 connecting with the first Ravage. 20 seconds off of the second. But without the sniper here to fight Ben, they just don't have the firepower. VPpolar hanging on and turning this one around. They bring down 4. A triple for DK Phobos. Finally, the Wind Ranger emerging from that crouch stance she's had all game and dishing out some big deeps.
I mean, that's all Mag needs to do. Just Time Walk, BKB, Chrono, Sniper. That's it.
There's your refresher. He will not have a buyback for 1,200 gold.
Man, I thought this was over. Wow. I'm surprised Secret didn't press harder with that fight.
Like go for Mega Creeps earlier when the
Yeah,
Void was
they
down.
still had like 30 seconds, I think, on the Void after the mid tower was down. And like this range Rex, firstly, is 1 hit away from dying. But I think they could have just pushed for a game right there.
What a close game it's been. 7,500 gold lead, which was the largest lead for VPpolar. That is nothing at this stage of the game.
Now they still have 2 Chronospheres too, so Kiro's gonna have to pull something.
They have one Ravage for 90 seconds. Illidan did pop his double ultimate in the previous fight, so he only has 1 for now. He'll look to go onto the high ground. He's going to start zapping at this range Rex. He'll bring that down. Maybe they even just try and go straight for the throne. They could double Rex here if they had top, but they won't be able to get Megas. So it's either trade for the double Rex or try and go for the GG. Chrono for Mag. Only found Puppy, but hey, it could... No, he's too tanky. Actually can't bring him down very easily, so they just back off. They don't want to blow the refresher here, but they might be forced to. Hex from DK Phobos will turn and engage back onto Big Daddy's Ogre just to try and secure the retreat, and Secret know they need to chase here. They cannot let VPpolar just freely get out. Unfortunately, Big Daddy just not fast enough. He gets fogged as DK Phobos will wind run up the hill. They now use the Lincoln Sphere and Mag. Nicely played by Lo. No slow available, and it seems in the end that Secret now only have that 1 Rax advantage, and the other thing is that we could see some buybacks come into play here fairly soon. About 1,000 gold off on 3 heroes on the Radiant, which is not that difficult to farm for at least 1 or 2 of them. So, buyback status for the Dire. They'll have it on the Sniper soon. That was a bit... Maybe if they had the Sniper buyback last fight, but now I don't know how much it matters, because you're up against the double Chrono.
Yeah, as long as Mag gets the Chronos off on Takuro and can do damage. Which, as we saw, it can definitely not happen, as we saw in the right fight. And Fly went for a refresher. Screw the Lincolns. He's just going to counter the Lincolns by refreshing his ultimate and casting it twice on the black hole.
I was wondering how he broke the black hole there, but that explains it.
Well, now Enigma needs a refresher, so he can refresh his Lincolns and
that
black
ain't
hole.
happening. I mean, not unless this goes... Maybe it will. 80, 90 minutes. You never know.
How did Fly get that much farm, too?
He didn't go Midas or anything. He's just been... Let's see, what's his kill score? 6, 2, and 4, but that's not that much. They have taken basically all the towers.
I mean, still, getting a Scythe refresher on Lich is pretty difficult. He's almost on par with net worth and with the Face's Void.
Yeah. To be fair, he also has the luxury of just chilling, whereas Mag has to make the big plays and jump in. So it's easier to choose your spots and avoid dying.
I mean, but still, you're trying to farm as a Lich. That's not easy to do at all.
Easy chain frost creep waves. It's only a minute cooldown.
Easy.
I don't think he's done that once this game, though. So, probably not the explanation. And quietly, but firmly, DK Phobos has emerged as the most farmed here on the Radiant team by 7k. And I think that fight bottom was the first time where we really saw him hurting in team fights. Daedalus, Mjolnir, if he can just find a target and lay into them with BKB, he could pretty much kill anyone from Secret during that time, especially if there's a good Chrono.
So it looks like it's going to come down to the, what, 5th Roshan, I believe?
Oh, we've been saying that about the past two. Is this really the one? But more than the past two. I think we've said it about 3 now. 3, 4, and 5. Or 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, we'll find out soon enough. It's about to respawn. 1 minute, a little bit less and counting. 44 seconds to be exact. VPpolar taking Secret to the limit here. It is only game 1 of a best of 3. But the winner of this goes into the grand finals and will just have the much easier road to the summit berth from Europe. Not guaranteed. They'll have to win that best of 5 grand finals. But it's definitely the way you want to go. You don't want to have to claw past Cloud9 to get there.
So Illidan has 1 more slot available for items. Faceless Void is, I guess, could get a Butterfly. Oh, and Mjolnir. He actually has a fair amount to grow. Wind Ranger, very close to 6 out of 2. Can maybe swap out Blink for... I don't know what he'd get. Blink for more damage? Basher? Basher wouldn't be bad.
For a Wind Ranger?
Or MKB. Actually, MKB is much better.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe the same for Illidan, but I mean, I guess most of his damage will come from his ults, not his auto attacks.
I think he needs Butter or Scotty. Probably Butter.
That's the main issue for Kuro, is, and for Secret in general. Like, they've so much farm concentrated on the sniper, but he's slot limited. He's got 6k gold. You'd love to just like throw that on anyone else, really, just because he's not really using it.
Yeah, I think the SNY has got to go soon.
64 minutes feels a bit late to have an SNY in your inventory as a 4 protect 1 carry. But
I don't know what he gets though. Like none of them are all like significant better. Rapier probably is not bad.
at this point, it's starting to feel like it's desperation mode. Aegis cheese. They're gonna BKB on Illidan just to secure the retreat. Lil will grab that cheese, and it's a clean rush take for VPpolar at 64 minutes.
Does Kuro have enough
The
money?
double standard squad doing work. I think if he sells Sanj and Yasha, he'll get, what, another 2,200 from that?
Yeah, he also needs buyback though.
So that's going to be 8,100?
He needs a... That's... No, he needs a little
No,
bit
he
more.
needs more, yeah.
Not that much more though. But I don't know if he's going Rapier. You venture to say that it's necessary?
There's Wind Run, but I mean, aside from that, there's really no evasion. So MKB doesn't feel that great.
I mean, he still has headshot too, so it's
Yeah.
not a huge deal. He'll crit for like over 1,000, I think, with that.
He's got so much attack speed from Bloodlust that it does seem like raw damage is the way to go. Like, you really don't need more attack speed. I mean, it's got Butterfly Mjolnir anyway, for Christ's sake. So either that, or I guess you could go like the safe route, try to get like a Satanic, but he just dies. If he gets Chronoed, he dies anyway, so... We'll see. Maybe they get this jump on the mid lane. They're going to try for it, but FNG quick on the 4 staff out. He's got BOTs. He's holding the line. A Secret desperately just plow through mid. Will now recall back Kuro. Looking to take a man advantage fight. They blink in Big Daddy. He 4 staffs his way forward, but already VPpolar on the retreat out. Man, that was a long toss on that Ignite. What the hell? Big Daddy been working out that
Ignite cast range increase with multicast.
Jesus, dude. That was like, it seemed like it was like a screen and a half away. But yeah, that is a pretty long range.
Do the Rapier. Kuro. Well, he doesn't have Aegis. Actually, even if he had Aegis, he wouldn't have slots for a Rapier then.
Like him carry, is Aegis even going to help at this point? Because then it's like a crucial maybe he just goes bootsless.
Bootsless?
And you count on recall, dude. Count on that recall.
Recall dodge Chronospheres. Easy.
So buy Satanic for now, and we're going to rumble, baby. Illidan charges in. It's a pretty early BKB. Remember, he doesn't have Aegis. He'll double ulti. He used the refresher, and he's going to BKB again, but he's not really doing much. They need Mag to get in close. Illidan only zapping creeps this entire time. Not the best team fight at all. They managed to black hole Kuro, but it's just not enough. Now the turn might come. There's your secondary Chrono. Mag over the top, bringing down Kuro. Finally they connect. That Chain Frost still a bouncing, but not sure if it's good enough. They double buyback now. They know the Chronos are down. The black hole is down. This could be the opening. They didn't get off their second Ravage. Tidehunter, no buyback available right now. Dead for a long time. And Big Daddy looking to go blow for blow with Illidan. A triple multi. Easy takedown for your sniper. Take that, indeed, you wanker.
Now Dire,
Now you got to go for it.
they have to force out the buybacks. And on top of that, they don't have Enigma Black Hole. Nice save by the Enigma there. Going for the blink Black Hole on Sniper after Mag was in a pretty bad position.
I think Simba got caught in the first chrono, and then he like quickly double chain frosted to break the black hole, but
Yeah,
it was
but
already pretty late.
He already died.
Yeah. And chrono buyback. This is brinksmanship here. If Secret go for this, buyback status for the Dire is very dire. They have one buyback and Keeper of the Light. They might get the tied one fairly soon, but he's still out for 40 seconds.
They did go for Satanic on Kuro. And that range Rex actually fell on the left side, so this is Megas if they get this.
I'm not sure about the Satanic. Like last fight, he just died. Didn't get to do anything with it.
Yeah.
It's just it's easy to like theory craft and kind of sit back and be like, oh, you should have gone for this item, but it's just you're 68 minutes in. It's just like the real problem is Kuro's got all the farm and he's just a sniper.
I think Scotty actually would be better than Satanic because then he can kite the BKB heroes. If he leaps in and doesn't get a chrono, he's pretty much dead even if he BKBs. Same with Razor. Actually, Razor's super fast with unstable current, but more so Mag, especially with the Mask of Madness on him.
I think we're gonna see the Hex on this Razor, by the way. Could be another Linken's maybe, but he's picked up his ultimate orb, and that's a pretty big deal. Double Hex on Razor.
Could be Scotty.
Yeah. I don't know. I've seen Illidan go for this Hex before on his Razor. It's a pretty good late game item, because like normally when you build it, you already have Refresher, so you get double Hex off the bat.
Yeah. Be nice to just charge him to Kuro, but I mean they already have Mass Force Steps too to counter it.
That's true.
Okay, so that will be no buybacks forced out.
This is trouble. And they used a lot, so honestly, like, if you're VPpolar, to just go for it now. Forget about the next Roche.
Firstly, you need to wait for a refresher. Secondly,
that's up soon, 30 seconds.
The last fight would have been equal loss had they not had the Aegis and the cheese. So.
But now you've got the buyback advantage. You win one more fight. That's checkmate. 4 minutes if they want to go that route. They could. Well, Roche will respawn in 3.5, I believe it said.
Faces Void actually doesn't have buyback. He needs to farm a little bit more gold.
Reliable gold, 1,500. Yeah. I think after the death he still has it. Then he gets that 250 more. 100 more now. They're closing in though. Still hanging in there. Secret. Once felt like they had a commanding lead, and then VPpolar just began to pull away in terms of farm. And just their initiation. Can Big Daddy summon some huge multicasts, clutch this game out? Or it's going to be a tough one.
Cheese passes or something.
Yeah, that's true. They got the cheese on Simba for now. They're going to go and try to force the issue. Only a single Razor ultimate used. Did not double ulti. Wants to reserve that for the BKB. Then the double ulti. So they may wait a minute before re-engaging here. But yeah, you can just see the buyback status now. Very good for VPpolar. Very bad for Secret. They're about to get one crucial one on the tide. And now they'll go. Illidan gonna BKB. He has not refreshed yet, though. There you go. There's your refresher. Your second ulti, second BKB forthcoming. And he's going to force out some initiation from Secret very soon. Lil at the same time wants to go in. There's a double chrono for Mag. Caught out, too. It might be good enough. Ravage to try and turn this. Big Daddy gets caught out. Your sniper's out of the game. Just unable to do a thing. So now it's up to the Chain Frost and the nuke damage, which is quite substantial from Team Secret. But is it good enough? Wind Ranger down. She'll buy back. Here come the quad buybacks. If Mag ends up dropping, he'll be rejoining this fight as well. And finally, at long last, Lil, he finds his black hole. Secret getting blasted out of this game #1 by sheer force of arms. Mag, massive chronos, the patient buyback black hole. Superior late game Dota, it seems, will win out here for VPpolar. Doesn't feel like a team that has two stand-ins, Ben. They are a well-oiled machine right now. They'll take maybe just the throne. There's a buyback from your Keeper of the Light. Puppy's just frantically trying to scramble the defense's bottom lane, but Illidan has an ulti up again, so he'll go to work on this tower. In the meantime, DK Phobos as well as FNG rotating that way, and Mag just starts hitting on tier 4 towers. He's like not sure what the best way to win this game is, but hey, free fountain trip for him. Now he'll come back, rejoin the fight. He's got his Chronosphere ready to go. If he wants to use that second one, it's managed to cool down, and well, straight for the throne at this point. Looks like VPpolar have this one in the bag. Shackle to fly onto S4. DK Phobos pounding into him. That red-headed Wind Ranger, not afraid of a thing. They chrono out Puppy in the fountain. And Secret, for maybe the first time I've ever seen it, get just flat out late game. Not a common sight, but VPpolar have done it. Strong will drop, and VPpolar 1 win away. It looks like it'll drop anyway. Maybe they'll hold the line, but this is desperation mode. DK Phobos gonna duke it out a bit more, and that's a dead fish. It'll be baked salmon for dinner.
Damn, what a game.
VPpolar pull it out. It's only game 1 though. 72-minute victory.
Still, you don't expect Secret to hold out 72 minutes with that lineup. With like a Keeper Light who isn't that useful and a Lich who actually both proved to be very, very useful with the Blinding Lights and the double Hex and double Chain Frost. So I'm actually surprised Secret were held that long versus a stacked Razor, a stacked Faceless Void, and a very farm Wind Ranger. Pretty impressive.
They held out. They still lost though, so we'll have to see how they adjust heading into game 2.
I thought that would be a lot easier for VP had Mag just honed in on Kuro. That's all he needs to do. Chrono him.
He did eventually.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. And it's just once you get the refresher, that felt like the big game changer.
Yeah, why Ags?
The first Chrono in that fight bot away was not even good, but then he's like, okay, now I forced you back. You've used your 4 stats. Now I go in for the killing Chrono.
Gross Ags build.
Disgusting. Faceless Void. But it was good enough for VPpolar. They take game number 1. Coming up next will be game 2. Secret got to win 2 in a row, or they will drop down to the losers bracket and have a date with Cloud9 in your loser bracket finals. Guys, you're watching the Summit to Europe by G2I.com, and we'll be right back.